Hello everyone, welcome back to PHP registration system tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to begin to work on the CRUD operation. Right now we are on the dashboard, and on the dashboard we have the product listing, but this product listing is not been fetched from the database, meaning it is static. It's what we have hard-coded in the HTML. So we will need to have this fetched from the database, and we also need to add functionality to these buttons, that is create, product, edit, and delete. So let's get started to working on the dashboard so that we can have this product listing coming from the database. So before we proceed, I'm going to update the setup file so that when we run the setup file, we will have some products added automatically. So I'm going to add this code. So this is going to insert products in the database automatically when the setup file is run. So let me just add this if statement down here, so that when this query is run successfully, we can say products created successfully or products added successfully. And we can also say, in case of an error adding products. Okay, we can save the setup file, and we can run the setup file again. But remember, if we run the setup file automatically, if we have users created, they'll be logged out. So we'll need also to register the user again, but we can also implement that. So that one I can leave as a task for you, where you can incorporate that so that the user can also be added automatically on the setup file. So let me just proceed and run this file. We are on our project folder, so let me go to the setup file. When I run this, you can notice the last sentence of the message we are getting. We are getting products added successfully. So that is the message we are getting, meaning if we go to the PHP then we go under the products, we'll find that there are some products that have been added right here. So this is what we will be using on our dashboard, so that we can be able to show this in our dashboard. So we need to include the products in the database to be shown in our dashboard. Right now this is just a static listing. So let's go to our dashboard. So this is dashboard.php. As you can see, we have them static. So this is a static list. So before we update that, let's start working on PHP on top, so that we will be able to first connect to the database and fetch the data before we use it on the table. So we'll start by including the database connection file so that we can be connected to the database. Then of course the session start, so that we can also get the session data. Remember, we had the session username, which we can also use it here to echo. Instead of having this as static, we can echo the session user. So instead of this, we can echo the session user right here. So remember, this session username we were saving in our login file. You see we have the session username saved right here. So this session username is what we are trying to use, so that we can get the username of the user that is logged in. So let's save this and see what we are getting as the username. So if we update this, you see we have Amy. This is the user that is currently logged in, and it's been fetched from the session data. So that's one importance of the session data, so you don't have to go back to fetch some data from the database. You can have them stored in sessions that can be destroyed once the user logs out. So since we don't want someone who is not logged in to access this file, so right now if we log out Emmy, and when we come right here and say dashboard.php, you see we are able to view the file. Someone is able to view the file, and they're getting an error on the session username because we don't have any session stored, because this specific user is not logged in. That's why we are getting this error, and the user shouldn't be able to access this URL if they are not logged in. So to do that, we need to check if the session exists or if the session is set. If there is no username session set, then the user that is trying to access the dashboard should be redirected to the login page. So let's do that in our code. So let's have our if statement down here. If username is set, the username is set in the sessions, then if it's not set, that is, if we don't have this set, then we should redirect the user to login. So we set the location as login.php, then we exit. So let's save this. So we have an error right here. We've left a semicolon. So let's save this. Let's run the dashboard.php. So right now you notice if we click on dashboard.php, the user is redirected to the login page. So that's how it should be. We don't want someone who is not logged in to access the dashboard. So we can proceed now and have the listing of products in our dashboard. So we will need to select the user database. Then let's write an SQL statement that is going to help us to select the products from the database. So select star products from product star, meaning select all. So this is going to select all the products that exist. Then we want to save the results in the variable result equal to con query. So let's query the SQL. So this query will be saved on the result variable. So close that. We can close the connection at this point, because the important thing that we need to get the products from the database. So at this point we can use the variable result in our HTML code. We can display the results. So let's close the connection. Okay, so we are going to head directly to our HTML code. So let me just delete this from here. So we'll have our PHP code inside here. So first thing, we're going to check if the result rows is greater than 0. So if it is greater than 0, it means that there is some products existing from the database. If not, then it means that we don't have any product. So let's say if result numbers is greater than 0, then we should proceed and list the products right here. Else we can return a message that products doesn't exist, or no products found. So we are going to have that row that is going to return the message no product found. But if the numbers is greater than 0, then we will proceed to echo the rows. So we'll proceed to echo the rows. Then on the same note, we'll also have some extra column, that is the edit and delete, to enable us to edit or delete a specified row. So these two will look at them later on. So let's just save this and refresh the dashboard file on our project. So save that. Then let's go to our dashboard and refresh. So right now you can see we have the product listing, and this product listing we are getting from our database, meaning we are now able to list our products in our dashboard. So I think we can proceed with the CRUD operation in the next video, whereby we'll start looking at the create product button, as I don't want this video to be longer than what we have. So see you into the next video tutorial. Thank you.